Hi everyone, I'm Velankani Joise Divya, and I'm here to present a mobile app on recipes and meal planning named Recipe Nest. And I'm here to present this along with my teammate Harika Gavini. We'll look into the introduction of the Recipe Nest app. So, this app is a Flutter-based mobile application, and we have designed this so that we can simplify meal planning and grocery management for users. And it allows users to plan meals for the week, browse through the recipe categories, maintain a grocery list, and view personalized meal plans. And we'll see the target audience. So we are focusing on home cooks, whether just starting out or seasoned chefs. Users who want easy access to diverse, flavorful recipes can use this, and also health conscious individuals, those who prioritize their dietary options like vegan, keto, vegetarians, and also busy people who needs time-saving tools for meal planning and grocery shopping can use this app. And talking about tech stack, we have used Flutter to offer smooth experience in front end, and we have powered this by SQLite for quick offline access to recipes and personal data in the backend. And talking about problem overview, meal planning, especially with dietary restrictions, can be overwhelming, and it often leads to time waste. So many people still rely on convenience foods, so they sacrifice their quality for ease. So there's a real need for an all-in-all solution that brings recipes, meal planning, and grocery list together. So this app helps that. And next, we'll look into the application overview. We have login authentication where we enable secure login access through unique credentials. And we have recipe management, diverse list of recipes and dietary specifications. And we have personalized meal plan. We create tailored meal plans. And we have grocery list, which is again based on user preferences and favorites and filters. Next, we'll look into the UML diagram. Before that, we'll see about testing. So testing process, manual testing ensures functionality. And talking about the plan, functional tests on recipe search, meal planning, and grocery list generation. So usability testing for smooth navigation and accessibility. And we have simulated recipes and grocery list data for various user profiles and dietary needs. So this is the use case diagram. So this use case diagram basically starts with authentication, and then we move into each screen. So which will be explained in detail. Each screen will be explained in detail.
So yeah, moving on to before looking at how the screen works, let's look at the database structure that we have created for this particular application. So we have three tables that we have used for this application. This is one is users, the recipes, the favorite recipes. So users is where we need to store the data of the user, like its first name, the last name, email ID, the user ID, and the password. So this will enable the user to log into our application, and then next thing is the recipes. So as you can see in the recipes here, there are various categories. Like first, it will take its ID, then the category and the name of the recipe, and the preparation time, the calories, the instructions, and the ingredients. So this is related to all of the recipes. And from this, we can create another table favorite called favorite recipes. In this favorite recipe, it will first take the user ID and then the recipe ID, so that whenever a user adds a recipe to the favorite recipes, it gets stored in this table. And sorry, we have used these various methods like insert user, get user. The user can update his profile, update his password, and also get his favorite recipes, and he can add and remove the favorite recipes. So look, moving on to the first thing that we are looking out is the main dot file. So on this main dot file, it is used to control the flow of the application navigation. So it will tell you, like, as you can see here, the routes as a function. I mean, a thing where it will tell you if you click on this. I mean, these will give you the URL when you are opening it in a Chrome. So if you give our URL with a single slash, it goes to the login page. Instead, if you go for a sign up page, it will you go for the sign up page. And only when you are logged in, it will go to the home page and the profile page. So this is how your main dot file looks like, and the sign up page. So every user needs to first register to our application before being able to access this. So first we have created a sign up page where he need to give all his details, as these are considered under the necessary fields. So he needs to give his first name, last name along with the email. And we have created a constraint for this email where he needs to give a valid email. Like you can see the regular expression with at the date, and with some other string or numeric format with the dot and again it. As you can see, like we have known like yahoo.com or anything it can be, but it needs to be in such format. And required constraints were included for the proper information. Like we need, like if you can see the password and confirm password, they both should be I mean same. If not, it is going to reject it and it is going to ask you to give the same password. And when you move on to the sign in and then sign up page and then register, it will come back to the home login page and it will ask you to give you its credentials. When you give its credentials, a home page will open up. So I'll just execute this part. Before that, you can see that this is how our code structure looks like. And we have added various dependencies like Marquee, SQFlight, state preferences, path and provided. So this one will be explained by Divya later on. And the SQFlight is something we need to give it as an dependency so that it can create local storage. State preferences so that it can be available both in Android and as well as the Chrome page. This path is just for the SQLite and the thing to understand where it is. And this provided is to persist the data. So if you come, so this is how our login page looks like. Initially, if you try to give some user ID like Harika and some password at 123, you're not able to log in because it's you're not signed up. So first I need to sign up. So I'm going to give my credentials. This is Harika Gavini, and I'm just going to not give it properly so that it will I'll try to just a minute. I'll just give a HD, and I'm trying to give a different password and different. So the first thing pops up is that you need to enter a valid email address. So for sure you need to get this thing. And again, a pop-up sign says that the passwords does not match. So I just need to give the same passwords. So HG with a 123 is our credentials. So HG with 123. As you can see that you're able to log in. Instead, if you try to give another details, you're not able to log in. So this is how our profile page looks like. So it will give you your full name, your email address. You can able to edit it. You can I'm just changing it to capitals, nothing big change. And I'm just changing it to 2001. And if you click on save, your profile is updated. As you can see, it has been updated. So this is how, and sorry, wait. There's this update old profile password. You can change your password when you give your password 123 and confirm. You can just enter your password. I'm just making it 456. So next time when you're trying, as you can see, it's a password updated successfully. So next time when you're trying to log in, you need to give your new password rather than that. So in this home page, as you can see, there's this navigation bar um, with a home and a recipe list and a meal planning and a grocery list. So this is how your home page is going to look like. And we'll come back to the recipe list screen. So the recipe list screen, so our main basic thing is we are creating a recipe app, right? So for that, we need to create a screen where you can display all the varieties. For that, you need to get the user ID and the categories so that it will give you particular recipes based on your user ID. You might add or you might delete. So based on that, you can do this. So we are having a category as well. And for that, we can even do a favorite recipes. So this favorite recipe screen takes your user ID and your category as a password, and it will do that. So coming back here, so this is the recipe screen that we have been talking about. So in this recipe screen, you have seen that there are various kinds of categories like brunch, salads, soups, appetizers, meat, seafood, drinks, desserts. So each category has different. You can see here in the brunches, there are cakes, eggs, and avocado toast. And in appetizers, you can see that there are different spring rolls, nachos, pizzetas, and drinks, it has different like mojito, pina colada, iced coffee. So these are all this. So when you click on any of this, and you can just click on this in order to navigate to the detailed explanation. You can see the Caesar salad, to make it takes around 15 minutes with 250 calories. So people who are particular about the calorie count and all, they can even find out how much calorie it is going to take. And for the busy people, they can understand how long they need to put a time aside to in order to cook this. And you have seen that the ingredients and the instructions. So we have created for everything like that so that you can see that everything has its different one. And this is the add favorite button. So when you click on this, it can be added to favorites. And when you come back here, you can see that they are being added to the favorite recipes. And you can see the appetizers here. So I'm just going to add some spring rolls, and you can see that all are being added here. So when you click on this pancakes as well, again, you can go back to the detailed recipes. So you need not look out for every particular category and look out for the recipes. If you just favorite whatever you want to do for that particular week or anything, you can just make it to favorites, and then you can just um, access it. And for this is the pseudocode that looks like for the favorite recipe screen. Initially, we'll give input favorites as a list of recipe objects, and we will create. Initially, if there are no favorites added, then it will give you no favorite recipes yet. Instead, if you add something, it will count the flavor. I mean, it will take all of the input from the recipe list screen, and it will give you along with the image and everything. And after you're done with it, it'll just give you an end. So moving on to the next, Divya
Yeah.
will continue.
The meal planning screen basically allows user to plan their meals for each week, and users can select their meal based on specific day and their selection, which is stored in a list. So the key features of this is a list of days in the week. Users can tap on each day, and we can choose a predefined set of meals. And the selected meal is displayed. So before we look into the app overview, so first we'll see the code. So the code highlights is that yeah, the code highlights is that the list of days is built using list view builder, and a simple dialog is used to allow the user to select a meal when a day is tabbed. So the selected meal is stored in a map string, and the string which pairs each day with a meal. So the code breakdown is like this. First is state management, a map called meal plan stores the selected meal for each day of the week initially, and then meals is a list that contains predefined meal options, and then we have UI and layout. So the screen uses list view to display each days of the week, such as Monday to Sunday, as list tiles. And the subtitle of each tile shows that the selected meal for the day is like no meal selected, or if meal has been chosen. And the next one is meal selection. So when a day is tabbed, so basically what happens is that a me a select meal function is triggered, then opens a simple dialog when users can select a meal. So once a meal is selected, the set state method updates the UI, and with that chosen meal for the day. So now we'll look into the app. Um, yeah. So we'll go to the meal planning. Now we can see here we have Monday, Tuesday, we have list of days, and here we can edit. So we can see a list of options which are asking us to add. So I'm adding pasta for Monday, and I'm planning to have pizza for Tuesday. So this is how it works. This is meal planning. And next, we'll go to the next slide. We'll go to grocery list screen. Yeah. So the grocery list screen basically allows users to add and maintain a list of grocery items. So users can add, view, delete from the grocery list. So they can plan their groceries based on their personal preferences and choices on how they have planned their meals for the particular week. So the key features here are that users can input a grocery item into text field, and each grocery item is displayed in list style. So the code highlights is like this. So first state management is that grocery items to store grocery items added by the user, and then controller, a text editing controller has been used so that we can manage the input from the text field. And talking about UI and layout, so we have text field and list view basically to allow users to input and display the grocery list. And adding items, add item method is used so that it triggers when user clicks on the add button. And deleting items, so each item in the list shown can be deleted. So clicking on the delete icon calls remove items, which removes the items from the list. So we'll see the app overview of grocery list screen. So we'll go to the grocery list screen. So we can see already by default we have primary items like apples, bananas. So here we are adding another item. So I'm adding milk. So yeah, we can see milk, and I don't want any empty list. I don't want chicken for the week, so I can delete it. So this is about the grocery list screen. So in order to incorporate grocery list screen and meal planning list screen uh, f- um, to the already present screens, we have to make few changes in the home screen after adding meal prep and grocery list. So we'll see the key changes we have made to the home screen to add these two screens. So the basic key changes which are made are updating the pages list. So the meal prep and grocery list screens were added as new pages in the pages list, and navigation in bottom navigation bar. So additional navigation items were added for meal planning and grocery list in the bottom navigation bar. And the meal prep screen and grocery list screen are added to pages so that they can be accessed from the bottom navigation bar. And talking about the user navigation and data flow. So this app uses Flutter's navigation to manage navigation between the screens. So the user can switch between home page, recipe screen, recipe category screen, meal planning screen, grocery list screen, and profile page. And the user ID is passed between screens to maintain user specific data like personalized recipes, meal plans, and grocery lists. So next we'll see about adding dietary filter options to the recipe list. So here we have introduced the concept of dietary filters where it gives the user the option to select between whether they have to go with a vegetarian meal or vegan meal or keto meal. So we have a drop down button which displays a drop down with variety dietary options, and these item parameters creates drop down like as I've already mentioned, like all items or vegetarian or no vegetarian. And talking about the code, we have on changed function which updates the selected dietary options when user picks a new option, and it is triggered by set state method. Just a minute, set state to rebuild the widget with the filtered data. The drop-down button widget displays a drop-down with the various filtry dietary options. So we'll see into the app overview. Yeah, we'll go to the recipe list. Here we have options. We can see here all vegetarian, non-vegetarian. I have clicked on non-vegetarian, and we can see egg benedict is being displayed. So I click vegetarian. So we can see vegetarian recipes are displayed. Gluten-free, nothing is gluten-free, so there are no recipes displayed. So this is about the dietary filter option which has been added. Yeah, we'll see the conclusion. So this is all about the Recipe Nest app. And before we go into the conclusion, so potential enhancements which we have discussed for this app are integration with APIs, like fetching the recipe app and grocery list from an online API, and talking about user authentication, a more secure login and sign up mechanism, which can be done using Firebase or other authentication services can be done. And talking about the next feature which we discussed was about the persistent data storage. So we can store meal plans and grocery lists using a cloud database like Firebase Firestore for permanent storage access sessions. And talking about notification, users can also get notification reminders for meal planning and grocery shopping. And so this is about the future enhancements which we have discussed. And talking about conclusion, so Recipe Nest is practical and user-friendly app which aims to simplify meal planning and grocery management. And we have built this using Flutter, and this provides a seamless cross-platform experience for users. So this project showcases the power of Flutter in creating scalable, maintainable, and efficient mobile applications with great potential for future expansion. Thank you.
Thank you.